Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Cyber Talks and Cyber Walks. My name is Francesco, Frank for Friends. I started doing this series because of mental health, because of working is important, getting out of the office, and I'm a coffee lover, so I go out with my coffee, and I decided to start discussing the latest cybersecurity trend. Today, I wanted to explore a little bit more and demystify a little bit more some of the trends and the keywords that have popped up in ASPM and in application security. Now, there is a lot of talk about reachability analysis and what that actually means. In order to clarify a little bit what that effectively is from a code perspective, if you run a piece of software and that piece of software, a specific library, either you develop yourself or they're developed somewhere else, you inherit them from a third party, or they call them other libraries that are embedded in the library that you just recently integrate. Now, your code and that particular library, because of the version of the library, might have a specific vulnerability. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that that vulnerability is actually reachable from the code or from your series of code. It might be a function that is there and nobody's using in your piece of code, but because the library has that particular vulnerability, the vendor must disclose, or the open source project must disclose, that there is a particular library that has vulnerability inside it. You might hit it, you might not hit it. The analysis divide between guessing if your particular piece of code might have a specific call to that library. The more specific and the more precise reachability analysis tool, go and look at every permutation of your code, every possible code trace, and see if they actually can reach that particular segment of the code in that particular library. Now, that defines really what reachability is from a code perspective, from a software perspective. If we take the extreme of reachability analysis from a network perspective, from a cloud perspective, as sometimes called analysis, that goes and see if that particular application that runs in a particular container on a particular host is actually reachable from a network perspective with one or multiple hosts and with a series of complexity and challenges from an attacker. That delivers you some results, but it's also dependent on a lot of other variables. Are you connecting directly to that host? Is the attacker moving laterally, attacking that particular machine from inside or outside? Naturally, we used to think that an attacker would attack a machine outside. But if we think about the recent challenge we had on libraries, on attack on supply chain, that's not anymore true. So I think a conjunct approach of reachability analysis on code, in an application, in a container, in an environment where that application runs, that can be a cloud environment, a network environment, that is probably a more effective and efficient way to look if a particular vulnerability will manifest in your environment. This was useful to demystify some of the terms that we think more recent than we heard more recent. This is Francesco Cipollone, Frank, with your coffee, Italian coffee. Hope you enjoy, stay safe, and demystify the word, or ask if you didn't know. Thank you.